What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. As I promised, I wanted to post up this farm build. This is what I've been using to farm this map. This is a variation of the railgun build we were doing right at stream yesterday. Now for this one, of course, railguns for the win, defense rate, energy, overload, and anti-melee, with destruction, mass destruction, and power transfer. Only using the one mass destruction. I did switch my boost aura up, though. I should put another mass in there, but I just haven't bothered swapping it around. And I'm using an all-for-one boost aura on this one. Now, first things first, we're going to start off right over here. We're going to go 5 railguns for this side of the map. Now, your railgun placement is very important, as it's difficult to get all this on one buff beam. So you want to get these guys in there as snug as possible. We want 5 railguns facing that way, and then we're going to go with 7 railguns facing this way. So that, and then 3 more sets. Like I said, just get them in there tight. It's tough to get everything to fit in the buff beam, particularly if you go too close to this ledge. So you want to just get them in there as tight as you can. And, you know, make sure you leave room for that buff beam. Let's see, did we get it? Yep, looks like we got it. Usually if you can fit them all in on this side of this column here, then you'll be okay. You won't have a problem. And of course you can test all that by just seeing if a buff beam's going to fit. If it fits, you did good. For our boost star, we're just going to slap it down here. Of course, once that all-for-one kicks in, it just covers without a problem. And then it's a little sketch on the destructive pylon, but if you place it right around that middle row of railguns for the first node, and you should be hitting everything. Now, as you see, we got 100 left. So what do? The lazy person in me does just this. Another way to do this, and the way that Aramir was suggesting, is if you throw a tree right here and one Nimbus with just a reflect beam for the pylons, and you use that tree to help out with these flyers and then any line of sight mobs back here. For full lazy mode and no deck swapping, what I've been doing is throwing a werewolf right here with a destructive pylon, and then additionally dropping a flame aura in right here. As you see, the flyers do take this route. So that Flame Aura will do a little bit of damage to the flyers. Flame Aura is pretty generic. Deadly Strikes, Destruction, Encroaching Flames. With Defense Rate, Anti-Melee, Anti-Chaos. And this is it. This is the build. Now, the build is full AFK, even up to 4 players. Now, obviously, you want to be on the lookout for any just-in-cases. And it's going to make it just scream if you throw in some tower boosters. So that is what we are going to do. We're going to drop in on our initiate and just sit here and drop talismans as the baddies come out. So it just devastates. It just blasts everything in the lane. Now remember, using railguns. Railguns will always target the healthiest enemy, or the enemy with the most HP, which also means that you do have to pay attention to little goblins. So there could be an opportunity for a goblin to sneak in that is not targeted by the railgun. But for the most part, this just goes beast mode. It just absolutely shreds and gets the job done. So this is, if it was Sunday, this would be a Sunday chill build, no doubt. But since it's a Wednesday, we'll call it just a regular old farm build. But yeah, same goal. Be able to chillax it out. Looks like I don't have the cooldown going on my talisman, which kind of sucks. But we're able to just chillax it out and let these things blast away. Most of the enemies are going to be spawn camped, which means the map does run really, really fast. And that's what you're looking for when it comes to farming. You get those fast runs in and as many loot attempts as possible at getting your Seahorse. So that's it. That's it. That's the build. It's railguns for the win. They absolutely shred it. This is where, like that mob there, is where you would get the benefit of using the tree and the Nimbus here. as you wouldn't have to wait for that mob to time out. Any mobs that get stuck, the Nimbus will go over and take them out. And if you got room in your deck for a Dryad, that's just what you're going to want to do. You got a free Mass Destruction anyway, assuming you built things the same way. So you've got a Mass Destruction for your Nimbus. And you can just sit here and wreck it up. So super, super solid strat. Works incredibly well. If you got a 3-person team, of course, add in a Lavamancer over here and a Countess, and you got your Boosty Boys all set up. Boosty Boys and girls all set up, ready to go to wreck house. And this will full on just smash even in a 4-player group. So it makes it super, super easy and fast to run. You know, obviously team composition is always an absolute powerhouse in DD2. Everything involved with multiple players kind of breaks the game a little bit, as you're just too powerful, and a build like this is no different when it comes to doing a tower boost build. Now you see that werewolf doesn't get a whole lot of action in. That werewolf is mainly just there for peace of mind, and like if you use the tree and the Nimbus strat right there, same thing. It's just there for the peace of mind to get the job done. There's one of our little goblins I was talking about. They will go sneak mode on you if you're not too careful, and we gotta wait for that one to, there we go, finally got slapped. So good stuff there. And then additionally, like we did it yesterday on stream, you can go with less. Just go with 4 railguns that way, 5 railguns this way, and then that is going to allow you to go with full walls everywhere. And then you're just straight AFK. We got a Malthius in here now mucking up the whole ordeal. So I might as well get up there and burn up Malthius. Let's do it. Alright, Malthius down, and we are good to go. So keep buffing them up. The target priority is one of the things that make the railguns so strong, but additionally, with nothing in to kill those fodder enemies, you know, if this was DD1 or DDA, you would want to diversify and have something capable of killing the fodder as well. However, in DD2, you can still get it done just with spamming, but you are going to have to be conscious that those little guys will go creep mode on you if you're not careful. They will get all uppity. The AoE potential of the railgun is good enough to kill most of the trash mobs. However, the mobs are spread out pretty good, so those explosions are not, except right at the spawn where the enemies have come out, they're not exactly hitting a ton. So you do get nice groupings of them right there at the spawn, but that is about it, really. It's like pretty smooth sailing here so far. Just need to watch for any little goblins, and then the bosses, of course. Not Siege Roller or Dragonlord friendly, so you will want to go out and kill those guys yourself. But most of the other mobs, you can just sit here and watch them get exploded by laser beams of glory. And it does pretty good. That's pretty good. That is for sure. And keep dropping talismans here. That Malthius is going to make things irritating again. We'll let him come on out a little bit more. Looks like the Malthius may be just short enough where the railguns are not targeting it. I know, they got him right there. Or yeah, it was, because the railguns weren't seeing him with the ledge. That's kind of weird considering a goblin is tall enough. It must be Malthius's hitbox must just ride a little bit low, because the railguns are not targeting Malthius there because of that lip. I mean, I guess with that in mind, you could always throw them up top. Then they're not going to have any issue there. That is for sure. Go ahead and let it fly again here for wave number 4. and should be pretty smooth sailing. Everybody will get your Seahorses pretty quick. The Seahorse did get the nerf bat already. Hotfix rolled out today. Those do an Ancient Power reset. You'll be happy to know that the hotfix also fixed the loot dropping in Onslaught. So if you're going through doing Ancient Power resets, you no longer have that pain of doing floor 61 getting campaign gear. So that will be all squared away for you now. And then the Seahorse was actually doing 6,000% hero damage instead of 600% hero damage. So that, of course, was a bug. Made the Seahorse pretty crazy for a minute or two, that's for sure. But that got addressed. It's 600% now. It's still really good. On a fully decked build with full buffs, so, you know, a tree, an obelisk, an empowering aura, Sandstorm Warrior, the full enchilada on a hero that's fully built with all the proper mods across the board, is still going to be getting those 2 billion DPS ticks. But you do have to earn that. You got to put a lot of work into it. You're not going to be able to just throw a Lavamancer out there and instantly be shredding. It's going to take a little bit of effort to get that done. Plaguing Hawk. The challenge with this map on getting it to run quick is the pre-spawn areas. I mentioned it earlier today. They're really long. There is a long way for the mobs to walk inside of the spawns, which means you get a slow mover like that Plaguing Hawk, it's just going to take them forever to come out. So I'm not going to bother collecting the mana for this last wave. We'll just pop it off and let it fly. But yeah, it works real good. I haven't tried that suggestion Aramir made, that with the tree right there. And I also want to try that Mimi tree build on this one, too, to see how it runs. So I do apologize for all of the videos spammed out today, but I am just digging this new map. I'm farming up some Seahorses, and figured I would get as many runs recorded as I can to let you all see exactly what kind of shenanigans we got going on here in the Coral Reef Town. Just blasting, though. Absolutely blasting. Alright, we got a Siege Roller there. 2 of them, actually. We'll have to definitely get in the mix with those guys. Siege Rollers, Drakenlords, a Malthius on the top lane. There are plenty of instances where you're going to want to get out and start DPSing on your DPS hero. Siege Rollers, of course, are just one of those situations. Actually, don't have a pet equipped right now. What the heck? Just realized that. Now let's go ahead and blast our rollers here. We can get that booty shot off. We got a Malthius coming out the back door as well, and another Skelly here. Get these Siege Rollers out of the way, though. If you go with the wall build, you're still going to want to get involved with the Siege Rollers, but you've got an enormous amount of time. So, like, if you've got werewolves down and you've got full walls, instead of going wallless, you're going to have just a ton of time, and you'll be able to have your way with the Siege Roller when you're darn good and ready. But it's pretty smooth sailing all overall. Relatively fast running. Once you get the build placements down, obviously, since we're just spamming, you can build it super fast. So very, very quick build, and this is where you're going to want to get your Seahorse, y'all. So Seahorse pets are here. They're actually pretty good. They're pretty good. So you definitely want to get yourself a little grind time in on the Coral Reef Town here in Dungeon Defenders 2. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time around. Take it easy.